Hello and welcome back to Kayla Inspires. Today is part 4 of my goal setting series. If you've missed part 1 through 3, they are linked below, so definitely check them out. So another huge part of goal setting is celebrating your wins. I think that celebrating your small steps, your little milestones, is important because all those small steps are getting you where you need to get to, right? It takes small little action steps to get to that big goal. So definitely let's not forget and don't overlook all those small steps that you're taking towards that big goal. So if we use my example that I've been using along, which is increase my subscribers on this channel, it's that getting to that 5,000 subscriber number is huge. It's overwhelming. And if I think about it from where I am today, I can get really overwhelmed. But if I say every month, this is what I'm going to work on, then it's going to make it so much easier to think of, wow, I'm really getting there. So every step of me being consistently posting videos, of me consistently setting time aside to record, to plan, is going to get me to that place that I want. And so if I overlook myself actually following through and setting and putting time aside to record, to script, to plan, then I'm missing the big picture, because all of those little steps is going to get me closer to it, and I know it will. So I'm just going to share some ideas, and you guys might have your own ideas, and definitely, definitely comment below if you have any ideas that you have used or that you've heard of. These are ideas that could help you to just stay encouraged and celebrate the little wins along the way. So I've heard of some people who set some really big goals, and what they do is they kind of have like an accountability partner. And so they basically make kind of like a contract with that person that if I don't accomplish this goal, or if I don't if I don't follow through with these action steps, I have to pay you an amount. Or sometimes what I've heard is they will donate money to a cause that totally they don't agree with, as like an incentive to like follow through. So if I don't follow through with this, then I have to do something that I really don't like. So one thing that I, thought of was, how about we do an incentive to ourselves? So every time that you meet a milestone, you can put money into a jar. So you're like paying yourself for following through on yourself. So the way that you would do this is you're tracking your action steps, right? And so you can basically track your action steps and say to yourself every single week, if I complete these action steps, then I'm going to pay myself, $5, or I'm going to pay myself $20, or anything that you would like. But in other words, you're going to be like giving yourself this incentive, so that by the time you complete your goal, you have a nice pot of money that you can use. So this is good for like if you're like losing weight. So every pound that you lose, put $1 in a jar. And by the time you lose your 50 pounds, you have $50. And with that $50, you can go and buy yourself, something nice, like an outfit or anything that you would like. If you are doing some type of for instance, like my goal is to record, to record a video or post a video every week, right? And so if I post my video on Mondays as I planned every single week, then I could do something like this for myself. I could put a couple dollars in, and I could do something where when I get to a certain point, then I could use that money to invest into something that I want for this channel, right? It could be either maybe invest into some lighting, maybe it could help me towards a new camera, something like that. But in other words, you are kind of like holding yourself accountable, and you're like rewarding yourself for all those little steps. So that is one way that you could encourage yourself. Okay, another way that you could do this is, I'm sure you guys have heard of like behavior charts that, you would do for your kids if they clean their rooms, and if they earn like, 5 stars, they earn a prize. You can create an incentive chart, and there's tons of ways that you can do this. I've seen this done with debt repayment, where they will have a chart, maybe like in the shape of a jar, and they'll have like little lines, and so for every $100 you would fill it in, and it kind of helps to keep you in momentum because you're like seeing the progress as you're continuing to go. You could use this with weight loss. You can also do something like that where you have the pounds listed, and then you will color it in every step of the way, and that's a really good visual for you as you're kind of reaching your goal. And sometimes something as simple as that could be celebration. Just filling in that line that you have lost those 10 pounds is enough to kind of motivate you. So creating an incentive chart is another great way for you to celebrate those milestones, those small wins. And it's more like a visual that you can really like keep looking at and really help you as you are moving along in your goal setting process. So using a goal journal is another great way that you can kind of check in with yourself and celebrate all those little milestones. There's tons of different ways you can do it, but you know, it could be a place where you write down all the highlights, all your wins, you know, maybe like talk about what it feels like to be halfway through your goal. Anything like that would be great, but you are checking in with yourself. You're highlighting the good stuff that's happening. It'll keep you encouraged, it'll keep you supported, and it's another great way for you to kind of celebrate all the good stuff that you're doing. Another way for you to celebrate your wins is to give yourself a treat. So if you did a really good job of following your action steps for the week, take yourself on a date, get yourself a coffee, a special treat, buy yourself something nice. It's a way to just kind of like celebrate the work that you've done for the week. And something else that you could do is give yourself a high five, right? We don't always have to buy ourselves anything. We don't always have to like treat ourselves to things. I mean, does it help? Absolutely. Should you do it? Yes. But I mean, something simple as giving yourself a high five, a happy dance, anything like that. I mean, write yourself a nice little note, maybe write something on a post-it like, I did a great job, or I got this. Anything like that is a great thing to do as you're reaching for those big goals. All right, so that is all I have for today. So today was all about celebrating your wins. It's important for us to focus on all the small steps along the way, because all those small steps are getting you closer to that big goal. So the ideas were make an incentive jar where you can kind of pay yourself along the way. Create an incentive chart of some type where you can just identify and fill in and just show yourself how good you've been doing. Use some type of a goal journal where you're celebrating and identifying all the wins for the week. Buy yourself a nice little treat at the end of the week. And just celebrate yourself by giving yourself a high five and just being happy that you've been making such great progress. So I hope these tips helped you. If they did, please give me a big thumbs up and definitely comment below any ideas that you have or that you've tried, or any of these ideas that inspired you to try them. What will you try? So for me, I love to use my journals. I have many journals that I use for a lot of different things. So I like to use my goal journal to kind of keep me on track, and writing down my wins. So that's definitely something I like to use. And definitely share any ideas that you guys have of maybe stuff that you've already tried, or maybe did this inspire you to try something. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up and definitely hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when part 5 comes out, where we will be talking about how to keep the momentum going. So I hope to see you guys in my next video.